Today I'm going to be talking about vitamin C. Stay tuned. I have a lot to say. So during my most recent hiatus, when I wasn't making videos, I did a vitamin C flush. And I did the flush with this product here, and I'm currently using this product here. So I don't shop brand. I shop price, quantity, and quality. So meaning I look and see this one may be smaller than this one, but how much? How much are they giving? You can't see it, but how many milligrams do I get of the product or of the food or of the supplement or of the herb compared to the others? So that's what I do. What are the food claims, and that's how I shop. But anyways, getting into the particulars about the cleanse. So concerning these, apparently you have to get a powder form of vitamin C because the powder forms are the forms where you can get the most and it's most easiest to consume. Also with the vitamin C cleanse, you have to get a buffered vitamin C. So these vitamin C's are buffered with calcium, magnesium, zinc, and potassium. So if you don't have a buffered vitamin C, the vitamin C is acidic and it can do damage, burn up, indigestion, cause discomfort and pain inside of you if you're not buffering it with these other things. And they just balance each other out. And that's what the buffers do. So buffered powder form vitamin C. And so apparently for the cleanse, what you do is start out in the morning before you eat anything, 8 a.m., 7 a.m., 6 a.m., whatever time you wake up. And every 15 minutes, you do a serving of vitamin C. So once again, these are powders and these are high servings of vitamin C. 1 teaspoon is 4,000 milligrams of vitamin C. Every 15 minutes, 1 teaspoon in a glass of warm water, not warm, but room temperature water or warm water. And you continuously do this all day long, every 15 minutes, until there is a purge. And you know when the purge happens, when throughout the day or throughout the 15-minute intervals, you may have a bowel movement. And I did start to do that. But when the purge happens, you no longer have a number one, because I did do number ones because you're drinking quite a bit of water. You no longer have a number one. You have a number two, but it's coming out like a number one, okay? It's liquid. And that's when you know the purge has happened. According to the information that I came across, you don't want to stop taking the vitamin C every 15 minutes until this happens. If you stop too soon or before the purge happens, it can cause issues, pain, indigestion, and things like that. So that's what I did every 15 minutes, vitamin C. And I'll talk about the results. The goal is to find out what your dosing is per day, or what the maximum amount that you can take per day before there is irritation to your bowels or to your stomach. And so for me, I will give a little detail. I started at 8:15, roughly 8:15 in the morning on an empty stomach, no food that day. And I did every 15 minutes a dosing of, or a teaspoon of vitamin C. And initially when I started to drink it, it tasted displeasurable, and by the time 9 o'clock came around, I made a little note. I did a chart here, and it started to taste better. And by 9:15, my thymus, which sticks out here, it disappeared. My whole, even the normal bones in my chest, they disappeared. I felt warm. I felt strange. There was even a point with which I had to lay down, and I could feel my bowels moving in my stomach. And by roughly 9:30, which was 9:27, so before I took my final dosing, or the amount that would, another dosing, I had the release. So during during that time, there may have been a number one and a number two at least once. But when it began to be the amount that I could not, my body could no longer handle the vitamin C, I was no longer able to do a number one, but instead the number two came out like a number one. And that happened at 9:15, well, roughly almost about 9:30. And I was able to successfully take 4,000 milligrams of vitamin C before my body purged and said, I don't want anymore, I can't take anymore, I can't handle anymore. And I knew that I had reached my maximum amount. Still have something up here to kind of show it visually, but the goal is to find my maximum amount of vitamin C per day, which is the most beneficial for my body. And I was able to do 5 doses, 4,000 milligrams every 15 minutes. So that would be 5 times 4,000, which will give you 20,000 milligrams. So I can take 20,000 milligrams of vitamin C before my body, and then my body can now no longer take it. There's no more benefit because my body can no longer process it. And so the goal is to consume daily 75% of that. So you take that 20,000 and then you multiply it by 0.75, which is the 75%. And so that let me know that I can take per day 15,000 milligrams of vitamin C to get my optimal absorption and to get the optimal benefit. And I'm going to tell you why. So I would like to provide some additional information based on my experience with doing the vitamin C flush and some things that I've found helpful and beneficial. So on this channel, I always talk about how I monitor my pH balance because that is a checker to see how well I'm doing, and if I'm being balanced, my pH is supposed to reflect that. So I noticed when I was doing my required amount of vitamin C, just doing the buffer was not enough because I tended to be acidic the days that I took this additional vitamin C. And I found it beneficial to take magnesium, and that's something that I've committed to taking on a regular basis. So doing my magnesium requirements, or taking an additional magnesium, taking an additional zinc supplement, which I do have, I found that caused me not to be acidic on a daily basis. It actually kind of pushed me over towards the more alkaline side of things. Also, with me doing my vitamin C, I do it on an empty stomach first thing in the morning, and I just take it and get that out of the way, and then I will pop zinc or a magnesium with that. Like my magnesium says you're supposed to take it with a meal, but you take it with a meal to help the body to break down that magnesium, and this is acidic, so it's better than a meal. It's going to help the body absorb and break down that magnesium. And so I do it on an empty stomach. The other thing that I noticed with doing the cleanse was that it took a week or so for me to get a regular bowel movement. So I literally had to stop taking the vitamin C. Like once I found out what my daily allotment was, I had to stop doing it daily and allow that to completely purge out of my system before I could get a regular, solid bowel movement. So that's another thing that I wanted to mention. It stayed in my system and, continued to affect me until I took a break and then started back up again. So as always, get your knowledge. I will link videos in the description box below that definitely give certified information as to why I or someone would do the vitamin C flush. But some of the things that I found particularly interesting was this whole thing about scurvy. And scurvy sounded crazy to me. And I thought it was like some kind of sexually transmitted disease or measles or some kind of breakout on the skin. But apparently, it's from vitamin C deficiency and it causes your teeth to fall out of your mouth. So, having the proper amounts of vitamin C equals teeth health, it equals gum health. Also, proper amounts of vitamin C causes skin health. So some people have, they call them liver spots or spots on their skin or hyperpigmentation or they bruise easily. And those are signs for low or inadequate vitamin C. Vitamin C also helps the body to metabolize things and to use nutrients. So for my example, for me personally, it would be my iron deficiency. And if I were someone that was taking iron supplements, the tablets, it would behoove me to also take vitamin C because without vitamin C, vitamin C, magnesium, and something else, the body is not able to process that iron effectively anyway. So having the proper amount of vitamin C enables the body to metabolize things like iron or calcium. And if your body is not metabolizing calcium and things like that, or iron, it can cause toxicity. It can cause, specifically calcium buildup, arthritis, stiff joints, and things like that. So me taking my proper amount of vitamin C it helps my body to be able to better function. I even saw with my thymus, it does something for my thymus gland, my bone marrow, my lymphatic system, because it is a astringent fruit. Basically, it comes from an astringent fruit. So I'm helping my lymphatic system, and most importantly, I am boosting my immune system. So vitamin C is one of those essential things that basically helps to manage stress, helps someone be healthy. And me finding this independent lab where I can self-test, I wanted to see where my vitamin C was, and I'll have it listed up here. But for me, healing and in the process of supporting my body in a major way, it is crucial for me to ensure that I am getting my proper dosages of vitamin C per day outside of the food that I'm eating. And I'm doing pretty well, but my body is using an enormous amount of vitamin C to excuse me, to pay my security forces and things like that. So when I did my testing, my vitamin C was at a 0.5, and the norm was in between a 0.2 and a 0.20. And I want to be at the 0.20 or even above, because you can't overdose on vitamin C. And what I understand is that everybody's vitamin C tolerance is going to be different, and it's going to be based on someone's health and where they are in their health or in their healing processes. So someone is going to need to have more or less, and the way to determine how much your body requires is to do the flush. And from my understanding is the better you get and the more healthy you get, do the flush again, and you may require less per day. So that is why I wanted to know what my vitamin C level was. And by the way, this is something that the doctors do not do. That's a whole other, this whole other conversation. But I heard, and maybe I'll find it and link it in the description box below, but there was this man that was dying from something, and they don't say what it was, but it could have been cancer, but they don't say, they hide stuff like that. But he was dead. They basically told his family, get in contact with hospice, and this man, the family went and did their research and found out about vitamin C and forced the hospital to give him vitamin C. And the man is alive today, and it caused his body to completely repair itself. And so with the powder vitamin C, there's only so much as the whole purge or flush supports, so much that your body can take. And so you can do it intravenously, and that's something that I want to do one day. And that way you can get so much, you can get as much vitamin C as you can pay for. And in doing that, you are basically supercharging your body's metabolisms and things like that. And that's something that I want to do because it's not, you don't get the intestine or the stomach irritation that you would get with the powder. Also, I found out that this is not organic. It is non-GMO, and the video that I linked below, she talks about it. That, and I believe it. And when I looked at it myself, test everything. Um, when I tried to find organic vitamin C, I could not find organic vitamin C in the large dosings that I needed to do this purge. So it would have been not cost effective, or even I wouldn't have been able to afford enough vitamin C to do this purge. Also, so they don't, organic vitamin C does not come in the large amount that is needed to do the to do the purge. Also, per, I believe, qualified information, there is no difference in getting the organic vitamin C compared to this vitamin C, which is not synthetic, but it's not organic. But the certified person said, make sure that it is non-GMO. And so that's what I did. And then there was also a caution to make sure that, let me see, nope, to make sure that it was sodium free. So I did. And that's the way that I tackled it. And so, once again, some things you're not going to be able to do, or I found that I'm not able to do organically. Some things I am just going to have to do them non-GMO and make my other foods. So in closing, I'm going to continue to live and make healthy food choices, use my eliminations, and read my labels to balance out the effects of the toxins that we're going to encounter in life. Say my grace, say my prayers, consult the Lord, and continue to heal. And so one other thing that I wanted to specifically say that is I've in the research that I've done, have discovered or heard that vitamin C is, doing the intravenous vitamin C is linked to defeating and beating cancer naturally and allowing your body to do the thing that it was designed to do. Cancer, as well as many other diseases. I believe that that's all that I wanted to say. Until next time, thanks for watching.